Good evening, everybody. Before we get started tonight, a little bit of housekeeping. To begin with, I did a little bit of research today on some new music for Prestream and found the one we are listening to now, which is Scandinavians Andromeda. It's a little bit complicated with what I have on the screen. I'm trying to be right by all the copyrights here. The video you're watching is the one linked to the bottom, Scandinavians Andromeda number 9. In that one, it references the music license, which is from Free to Use Music. The track is Andromeda by Scandinavians, and that link is at the top of what I have on the screen. So, if you like the video, use the bottom link. If you want to support the artist that created the original sound, music that you're listening to now, use the top link. So, as always, grab a screenshot of that if you want to listen to it. I might one of these days, share a public playlist of the music that I use for my streams. I'm trying to put that together, but also trying to find stuff that I know is genuinely copyright free or at least copyright friendly, so it's not like a 2-hour long list that has a bunch of different copyrights that are difficult to cite on the stream. But we're working on it. Additionally, I do want to also point out, I can't see it right now, that we are pushing for followers in order for to go for affiliate. We are currently at 23 followers, so if you like what you see in stream, please give me a follow. If you're catching it live, thank you very much. That helps out a lot too. But if you're just catching the VOD and you can't check it out live, even a follow helps. We need 50 total, but we're just pushing for 30 now. And with that said, I am going to pause the music and fix my audio stuff. That should. Alright, so there's the game. Had to do a bit of a different setup this time because of all of the windows I need open for this stuff to work. So I'm juggling a little bit. Alright. So there's the game up. So last week we were playing Final Fantasy VI on stream, the Pixel Remastered Edition from February of this year. We had gotten to a point near the end where we had recruited all of our missing characters. We had the full team, but they were not remotely leveled for the final dungeon. And I basically said, there's a couple dungeons left. I'm going to do those dungeons and the farming off screen because there's just too much to do. And I don't think it'd be an entertaining stream to watch me run around in a circle for 3 hours. I did a little bit of that towards the end of last stream, and also after last stream. And apparently, even at level 56, I still can't kill a fucking Brachiosaurus. It ultimas me on turn 3 and just one-shots my party. So fuck that thing. I'm not better at all. So instead, we're starting a new game this week, which is the Darkside Detective on screen now. So this is a point-and-click adventure-style game. I have the stream listed as first playthrough, no spoilers. I have seen a couple streamers play through the first couple cases of this, but once you beat the original 6, 3 new cases open up that I have not seen before, and there is a sequel game out with additional cases that I want to play through as well. So that's why we're using the first playthrough, because it is actually my first playthrough of the game, and I don't want spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen this before. If at all possible. So we're going to hop in now, and I'm actually going to tweak the audio a little bit. I was fiddling with it earlier, but the levels look a little lower than I'd want them to be, and this one's real touchy, where there's a huge difference in the audio quality, or not the audio quality, the just amount of volume coming out of this game, which is moving up like 0.5%. Like, at full volume, this game blows your ears out. But here are our missions. We have Malice in Wonderland, Tome Alone, and then 4 other ones. So we're going to do a couple of them tonight, and hopefully be able to pick this up again next week. So, Malice in Wonderland, case summary. The chief has sent me to the Jones residence. Dooley is there with further details. Start investigation. So, the Darkside Detective is a silly noir-esque game with some spooky elements, but it's a lot of comedy. So, Officer Dooley, Whoa, I almost shot you there, detective. You shouldn't be sneaking around like that. Dooley, you watch me drive up. I had my siren on, Dooley. You waved at me as I pulled in, Dooley. I guess this place has me spooked out a little. So what happened here? Chief Scully just called me and told me to get here ASAP. No details. 7-year-old kid, Alice, went missing a day ago. No sign of her leaving the house. Seems to be the kind of spooky crap, the kind of case you're into, detective. Great, let's get started. After you, detective. You know, never standing in this rain stops being fun for you. I'm repeating my line, therefore there's more to do. Our trusty squad car. I like to call it the Popo Moto. And nothing else out here. Let's go inside. Officer Dooley, why is there a hobo dripping all over my carpet? That's Detective Francis McQueen, Mr. Jones. He's here to investigate. I see. Twin Lakes finest, eh? So, how can I help you, detective? Man, I'm not good at doing voices, but I like people who do that, so I'm going to try, folks. So, how can I help you, detective? I'll level with you, detective. I don't have many dealings with her. She has a limited conversation pool. She's 7. Exactly. A tedious age, so I leave that to the nanny. She's around here somewhere. Why didn't you notice she was missing? I was out. How wonderfully shady. Have you got an alibi? Where I was none of your business, detective. My taxes pay your salary. They also pay for the cell and questioning room I'm going to have Dooley here take you to. Fine, call this number. They'll vouch for me. Busty Bell's Booty Boutique. Classy stuff. Bells. Fond memories. Where was he? A bell shop? What? Ooh, ashtray. I hope you don't smoke around your kid. Thankfully, detective, I'm rarely around my kid. Father of the year here. Nice schooner. You dummy, it's not a schooner, it's a sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat, Dooley. Okay, so we can go upstairs or go to the hallway. I've got matches. No, so that's all I have to say. I've taken up enough of your time. And I have nothing further to say, detective. God, I'm not getting that voice down. Alright, so we got living room, closet, grandfather clock, chandelier. One of those crystals is worth more than we get paid in a year. We could take one. You passed the corruption test. Well done, detective. I'll try to show you, folks. Where is it? Options. Oh, they don't let you change here. In the menu, they have like options to turn off police corruption and turn up the graphics, and they just have comical responses to that. Maybe once we're done with this mission, we'll go back there and I'll show you, folks. It's funny. This reminds me of my own grandfather. Your grandfather was a clock? What? No, he had a clock. Shame, I thought I'd finally found something interesting about you. What? I'm interesting? Whatever you say, detective. Closet. Box of junk. A blacklight bulb. Might as well take it. No, all we need is a disco ball, some white clothes, and fat beats. And then we've got ourselves a good night. He spelled fat wrong. A good night is finding this kid. Locked. I wonder where I'd find a key. Can't go right or left. Can't do any of that. Back out to the living room. Back upstairs. A place this fancy deserves something nicer than plastic flowers. Daughter's bedroom. Master bedroom. What an odd place for a telephone. They must have run out of places to put it. So it did work. I'd better check out Roy's alibi. Hello? Is this Bells? Busty Bell's Booty Boutique. Busty Bell's Bosom Bordello. Busty Bell's Bonda. Yes would have been enough. I'm a thorough woman. No question left unanswered. No desire unfulfilled. No fantasy unexplored. No, I get the picture. Are you sure? I could send you one if you'd like. I like Belle. Real go-getter. Was it Mr. Roy Jones in your establishment last night? Couldn't say. Client confidentiality. Identities are concealed, sometimes in masks. This is a police matter. I'm Detective Francis McQueen. Frankie McQueen? Of the Darkside Division? Yes? Tell Dooley I say hello. I'm glad this screen resolution doesn't let you make out that I'm blushing. Happy to help a friend of Dooley's. Yep. Roy Boy was here last night. Roy Boy. Some questions, even a badge, won't get you answered. That's all I need for now. If you find yourself needing anything else, just pop on by. Achievement unlocked. Thorough investigation. Nice. Daughter's bedroom. This is Jones. Hello, can I ask? My baby! My baby's gone! Can you tell me about Al? She just disappeared! My baby! Is there any... You have to find her! Find her! Tell me where she is, bear! I'm only kidding, you don't know. You're only a bear. A stupid, know-nothing bear. This is a lot of pink. I think I'd have run off too. A drawing of our suspect. Really? I'll put out an APB. No, Dooley, don't do that. Oh, Dooley is such a himbo. Hey, I know that tree. It owes me $5. I've never seen a horse with 5 legs before. This is no time for art, detective. Blacklight. This looks useful. I don't have much use for a dozen pink socks. Okay, so that's a thing there. Nanny. Photo. She seems like a sweet kid. Don't worry, we'll find her, detective. A waterbed. Very fancy. Looks like something has been kicked under here. No, it doesn't. Strange page. Painting. Hard to believe this is the same woman we spoke to. The stress of all this has hit her hard. Alice and her mom look quite happy here. Seems impolite to go rifling around in someone's drawers uninvited. Tell me about Alice. She's spoiled and sticks her nose where it doesn't belong. But that's what having super rich parents will do to you, I guess. What's the nanny doing in the master bedroom? Nothing suspicious, that's for sure. No siree. That is the most sus thing. How long have you been working as the nanny? Jones's, detective. Even though it ends with an S, you still pluralize it. It's not really the best time. It's always a good time for grammar. Anyway, answer the question. Long enough to harbor no ill will whatsoever. Jesus. So you're the nanny. The very innocent nanny, yes. Do you have keys for the various rooms? I'm a nanny, not a maid. Alright, but do you have the keys? Yes. May I have the key to the study then? Sure, there's nothing incriminating in there anyway. God, that is the most suspect I've ever heard. So, black light bulb. It's a peculiar pattern from the Occult for Dummies book. These are from Busty Bell's Booty Boutique. This kid didn't win out on the father stakes. A blacklight bulb for blacklight things. Label says, for use under blacklight. Study key. This should unlock the study for me. Oh, I don't use that. I don't use that here. I actually use that here in the study. And hey presto, we're in. Roy Jones, Esquire. It takes a certain type of person to have an oil painting of themselves. An oil lantern. Seems to have some oil left too. Heck yeah. This statue is ugly enough to be worth a lot of cash. A nice collection of books. The death suggests they have not been looked at in some time. For shame. So that's the same thing. His magazine collection. Jeez, this guy is obsessed with jugs. Jugs Weekly, another lovely pair. Same thing on that side. Armchair. Yeah, I just realized there are only 2 seats in this entire house. Don't be daft, Dooley. There are more. They're just off camera. Oh, I love that. So I have a lantern. Let's go to the living room. The one thing I was avoiding was the attic. Paint thinner. The paint thinner fell when the shelf gave way. Not much left in it now. Broken shelf. Looks like this shelf gave way recently, spilling paint thinner all over the wall. Paint cans. Those look heavy enough to knock somebody out cold. Boxes. A box marked Anne's Broken Dreams. Dooley. As attics go, this one is extra creepy. Broken lamp. Might not be broken after all, just a blown bulb. Alright. I hope this doesn't reveal someone's attic shame. What the hell? Well, that doesn't look ominous at all. The pattern on the wall looks washed out in places. I wonder what would happen if I redrew it. Okay, seems I have everything I need. Let's get down to some spooky hijinks and redraw those missing symbols. So I got this here. Tell me which ones to use. So I need this one here. And this one right below it. And then it's a box with things in the corner. This one. That should be it. Great. Maybe now is a good time to stop doing, well, anything really. I wonder if I can file for early retirement. I should probably light this thing, you know, just in case. Lit lantern. Bad idea to me. Even I'm not foolish enough to go in there with no light. Okay, Dooley, let's do this. No offense, detective, but I'm gonna sit somewhere. I'm going nowhere near that creep fest. Stand guard out here. Oh, hey, kiddo. The label says old milk circa 1880. Why would you store that? Don't look there, mister. That's where the 3-eyed rats hide. A box marked Baby's First Cult Robes. This looks like the other attic right down to the broken shelf, except that it's all blue and cold here. Hello, mister. Hey, kiddo. Are you here to take me home? Yep. Good, I'm hungry and the sounds from downstairs are scaring me. Yeah, let's get out of here. Not so fast, detective. Where's Dooley? That idiot? I knocked him out. Can't have you snooping around anymore, so I'm gonna trap you here. Please take the girl. Oh, I intend to. I'm her legal guardian, after all. It's my job to look after her, especially should anything happen to her parents. Say, for example, they're getting trapped in the Darkside's version of their bedroom. It's where they'd be now if Alice hadn't gotten into my stuff and stupidly trapped herself up here. I figure it'd be best to lay low until you had gone. I thought you'd have given up by now. What kind of cop would give up on a missing kid? Most of the TLPD? Sadly fair. So that's what this is, an inheritance scheme? You have to admit, it's a fairly perfect crime. It is, actually. Even if you do get rid of me, then what? Alice knows what you're up to. She's a smart kid. If she's so smart, she'll know to keep her mouth shut. Once Dooley wakes up, you and your scheme will be done for. Good point. I'll just have to get you to drag him in here with you. Come on. Okay, drag your friend in here. And no funny business. Paint thinner. Before I do that. Doll's paint, markers, and early residues. Oh, go away. I'm scared, mister. It'll be okay, kiddo. Dooley's out, so I'm just gonna paint thinner here. Have a taste of your own medicine. No. Achievement unlocked. Problem solved. So the kid got into the nanny's stuff and accidentally used it to trap herself in that creepy attic? The dark side, but yes, that's a surprisingly succinct summary of things. Shame the nanny was certifiable. She was a looker. Dooley, she was dabbling in the dark arts, with a plan to trap innocent people in a parallel world, kidnap their kid, and steal all their cash. I said it was a shame. Jeez. I wonder where the nanny got that occult book from, anyway. That stuff is hard to find these days. A case for another day, I guess. First of all, we have to figure out what kind of paperwork covers this mess. Case closed. So that's the tutorial mission. Before we get into anything else, I do want to pop in here and show you folks the menu listing. So you can change the audio settings, you can change the language, which is auto-detecting. Police corruption is on. Still on. This is going nowhere. You should give up on this. You don't learn, do you? On. In graphics, we have high def, super high def, virtual reality, spooky vision. Your machine can't run this, and high def. So, a little bit of fun. I said I was going to bring that up, but... Case number 2, Tome Alone. Dooley suggests a visit to the library. You must have seen the strange storm gathering over it. Twin Lakes Police System, Volume 13. Yeah, that's an ominous storm. Okay, what's the case, Dooley? Fill me in. Case? I've just got some overdue books to drop back. So that purple swirling vortex thing above the building has nothing to do with why we're here. Oh, come on now, detective. You're hardly going to arrest the weather. The things you'll try to do to justify this department. Let's get this over with. We'll be done in a jiffy, detective. These statues make me uncomfortable. They're not very welcoming. You should at least be reading a book or wearing glasses or something. Before this was the library, it was where the mayor kept her lion collection. Oh, right. That clears that up, so. And same thing. Oh, a plaque. This is a library. What a helpful plaque. Squad car. How many cases do we need to solve, you think, to get a car that doesn't leak on the rain? It keeps us fresh. Sharp, even. Jiffy. Fines for being late. How are books late? It's not like they have places to be. You're not charming your way out of this, Patrick. Rules are rules. Can't we come to some kind of arrangement? Do you have any parking tickets you want to see go bye-bye? Dooley, are you trying to bribe your way out of a fine? No? Here's an arrangement for you. I'll drop your fines if you arrest that troublesome kid. Kid? The one who's responsible for the storm, and you know, the ghosts. Ghosts? What? Sign. A silent sign. Shh. Why is the computer glowing green? Is this your to-read pile? Oh, I've read all those. The desk is missing a leg, so I'm using them to balance out the computer. Oh, God. Alright. Plant. From a certain angle, it looks like Dooley has crazy hair. I thought you'd found owning books suspicious. It is. What kind of secret stuff are you reading that you can't get it from your local library? Maybe people are just having their own books. Maybe it's a germ issue. Germs? You really will believe anything Hollywood tells you. These brownouts seem like they make for frustrating reading conditions. Let's check out the office. The computer seems to be broken. It's not broken, it's hollow, so they can store more books in it. Office supplies, you never know when you need to cut something in half, or in a lazy approximation of half. Even the lamp is flickering. An old photocopier, I can't imagine this gets much use. Oh, it does. When you want to review your card each year, Doris takes a photocopy of your butt for the records. Everyone's butt? Just mine, now that I think of it. That's the price of working out, I guess. Calendar. I got this for Doris last time I had to get out of paying fees. I'm gonna have to up the ante this time. Guy light. Doris put her own... Oh no, that's something else. That's a different thing. Coat rack. Looks like some of these coats have been here for years. We should go through their pockets. You know, for evidence. Hey, a button. Bin. Roses are red, violets are blue. Your loaning rights are revoked due to books overdue. I like it. I got nothing else to see in here, but I did get a button and a pair of scissors. An old elevator. Where's the staircase? We have none. There was a fire, and ironically, the fire escape was the only thing that was destroyed. Alright, so can't go to horror. Because broken button. We're at reception. Sci-fi and fantasy and children. Don't blink. What odd leaves that plant has. That's just the dead tree where Doris dries her stockings. What about this one? The words are short and I think I can read the whole book from one cover to the other cover. Oh, is that suitable for my age range? I read a book about books for my age range and they're all books about boys and wizards and talking dogs. Okay, I'll try. I hope I like it because I've read all the books about boys and wizards and talking dogs in here. A Viewmaster. I love those as a kid. I'll take this and see if I can find a use. It's time like these that I miss walking the beat. Vent. There's a cold draft coming from the vent, and that can't be good for this kid's health. The dust is wrong under this. It makes me think it was moved recently. The dino was moved. Bad baby incites a riot. Kindergarten Kate summons the devil. Grumpy Chris hates to play. I hope I get to have a pet robot someday. Too many responsibilities. Feeding it, rubbing its belly, teaching it to overthrow humanity. Why would you teach it that? I want to be on their good side when the inevitable happens. I've always loved trains and trams. Not monorails, though. Thinking they're better than everyone else because they're up on the air. Dooley. No one, not one person, needs kids to be talking like that. Like there is somebody invisible with them. Why your parents don't love you. Anne and Barry face financial ruin. Little and Big Pooh save the day. Teddy, you look familiar. Have I arrested you before? Floating book? Well, that's not right. Neat trick. What magic book did you learn that from, kid? It's not magic. It's nothing. ABC? As easy as 4, 5, 6. All right, Devin, what do you got to say? Who are you talking to? I'm not telling you anything. I heard what happens to people who do a snitch. Modern media is really making our job hard. Sci-fi fantasy. What a great game, eh? Yeah. Funny looking drafts pieces, though. And they're moving on their own. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was younger, until I found out they had to go into space. Looks like some of the rocket's aluminum is coming off. That could be useful. If we lived in medieval times, we'd be living the adventures of ye dark-skinned bailiff and his squire Dooley. Fantasy books. Glum Tales of the Sad Venturer. The Library of Books. Dragon Ageism. The Witcher Tales of an Indecisive Adventurer. A library card. How convenient. I expected to go through a series of semi-logical puzzles to get this. Alright, so I got a card. What is this? Card of one smug-faced Paul Conway. Fantastic Obit. Drowned in moonlight, strangled by her own bra. Dr. Whom's thrilling adventures through grammar and structure. Space hike. Boldly going to places safely explored by others. How to woo a Wookiee. Okay. Let's try reading room and hobby. Painting. Professor Theodore Library, inventor of the library. No, not one word of that is true. Okay. Hobby DIY. Why are these fake? Well, you can't have kids painting over the books. Yeah, pots and brushes. Glue. Somebody seems to have left some glue here. It's no duct tape, but it could be useful. Mannequin. He looks like he's jumping. You'd jump too if somebody shoved a pole up your behind. Very true. Wait a minute. These are printouts of the children's art. Look at Mr. Moneybags in his deep pockets. Rich enough he can pay child artists for original works, this guy. Jeez. Turning duct tape into pants. Make your nethers sustainable. Things you can fill jam jars with, Volume 3. Whittling dice out of larger dice. Detective, the inspectioning, investigative, role-playing in the world of Darkside. Alright. How to DIY yourself. I'm really good at DIY. I get my sister to do it for me. This one's called Building Mediocre Mysteries by the Spooky Doorway team, whoever they are. DIY because you're too broke to pay someone else to do it. So Your Government is Broke by C. Guevara. I like that. A Che Guevara reference in here. That's a little funny. I don't see why we're sticking around here, Detective. You couldn't have said that when I picked up the glue, no? Sometimes I feel like you don't see me as anything more than a ha-ha sidekick. That is a good pun. He should have said that. Oh, hello, miss. I wasn't expecting to see, anyone to be here. Oh, hello. My name is Roxa. I'm here to study the strange goings-on. I guess that's why you're here too, Detective. Oh, sure. That's me. Always investigating stuff. On purpose. Want to share what you found? Well, it's not much, but there seems to be a strange concentration of energy in the next room. I'm searching the internet for a way to be able to actually see what it is. Well, let me know if you find anything. Chalkboard. Who doesn't need chalk in the 21st century? Most people? A fair point. Clocks. Time always seems to stand still in boring places like libraries. Rox's book. I hope there's nothing contraband in this pile. I wish. You know what I mean. Dooley, you look uncomfortable, Dooley. This whole reading room thing. I mean, should we be reading right now? Can I not read anywhere else? Does the room itself read? And if so, what does it read? You have a special mind, Dooley. Chief Scully says that's why she assigned me to your department. Microfilm room. Box of microfilm. It's radiating energy, just like Roxa said. I think that may be a clue, possibly. There's just too much to take. Even my pockets have their limits. Well, I've destroyed some historical material. Let's hope there was a point to this. I lost my scissors, too. Microfilm reader is broken, but if I want to look at any microfilm, I need to find another way. Filing cabinet. Why would anyone have so many filings that they would need a cabinet to store them in? Oh, because filings cabinet. Okay. Computer, let's see what we can find online. You didn't say the magic word. Looks like I'll need to figure out the password. Alright. An old film viewing toy. Cut up microfilm. Even cut up, there's too much to carry. It looks like I'll need to bring something here. So this is a film viewing toy. Let's try that. Well, it fits. Let's look at what I didn't accidentally chop out of Twin Lakes' recent history. Spider moths do it again. Do it again sounds like they were on some kind of winning streak instead of having burnt down yet another stadium. Major staff cuts at City Library. Budgetary cutbacks have seen the local library reduced to a skeleton staff. I know Doris is old, but that seems a bit unfair. It means very few people work here, Dooley. Oh, yeah. Just Doris now, and she's actually a retired volunteer. Tough times. Computer stock goes up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. I should have read that aloud. I think I may have just summoned something. Crackpot detective claims teenagers' tags were ritual meant to show the dead that walk among us. I remember this case. What the? Hello. Who are you and how did you get here? I am that which can never be unseen, the ooze from your nightmares, and the knower of the unknown. Right, that's not very helpful if I'm being honest. Help there is for those that know how to take it. Okay, then I'll bite. Tell me, O knower of the unknown, what's going on here? I don't really know. Right. But I do know that the coward Yeats is protecting a hidden room, one that holds vast power and treasures. No doubt that which is responsible for the spectral summoning of myself and the others lie within. The others? The others. Detective, who are you Detective, who are you talking to? I'm talking to... You know what? I don't even know how to explain this. What was all that again? Yeats, secret room, mad power within. We cool, bro? We're cool. Pray, sir, a moment of your time. Another one? Another? Ah, another spirit. Yes. Then with your question, you seem to have answered my own. What? Forgive me, but I wish to know if you've seen on your travels that scoundrel Crawley. Forcefully mysterious man in a silly hat? The very same. I knew he lurked here, but somewhere. He mentioned a hidden room? Yes, but on that matter I shall say no more. Not until the beast is gone. But I just wanted... Not a word more, sir. Not a word more. Why are you wearing a Viewmaster, Detective? It's part of a game I'm playing. The game also involves me pretending to talk to invisible people. No need for further questions. Everything has been answered satisfactorily. Goodbye. Oh, Gale. Are you an author too? I don't recognize you. Aye? But not like yon toffs with their literary fiction. I wrote useful stuff, like house wiring, and had to do your own plumbing. Do you think you could fix the elevator? The right gear, I could, aye. But I need a new button, mind. A button? What's all this for? Could you use this button to fix the elevator? I can, but it won't do nothing. It needs to be conducted to make the circuit work. Okay, we'll wrap the button in tin foil and give it to Gale. Could this button replace the broken one in the elevator? Let me see. Looks like it'll do the job. Gives a few minutes to pop it in place. Okay. So they're doing a thing. Oh. Elevator's fixed. Thanks for fixing the elevator, Gale. Happy to help. It were fun doing something useful again. Okay, so do I go up to horror or go to sci-fi and fantasy? Oh look, Doris must have finally fixed the elevator button. No, it was... never mind. A collection of books that don't seem to fit anywhere else in the library, like How to Cook a Dinosaur, if you ever catch one. The Internet and Other Fads. Architecture of the Mind by Sarah Bellum. An MMO accountancy. Be the fictional banker you always knew you were. Okay. Horror section. You barely make teenage girls whimper, Howie. Only because they cannot fathom the dread I conjure, Edward. You play on common cliches. Your penny dreadfuls lack true horror. At best, spooky pulp. Your best works aren't even written by you. Charlatan, fraud, undead trickster. If you feel that way, why did you hide my work, Eddie? Again, I say, I do not have your book. You probably hid it because it was too scary for you. Gah, you are an infuriating man. Maybe. From axes to zero oxygen, a murderer's primer. The dead person's murders. Everyone's guilty. Haunted place. It kills. Lemons for every meal. Murderer. The pain giver. The quirky killings. Stabfest 6. The underwhelmer. They yearn for blood. Alright. What's going on here? I didn't take his blasted book. That was that childish Blighton woman. Why don't you tell him that? He will not listen to me. He is convinced I hid it, so more people will borrow my books over his. Nonsense. I care not for his current zeitgeist. My works are vastly superior. He's being such a child. I am clearly the greater horror writer. I tore apart the minds of a generation with my aesthetic horror. With your aesthetic rubbish. Alright, I'll have at you, mate. Come at me, you sickly twerp. You two, stop it or I'll put both of you in some kind of supernatural slammer. He started it. Oh, I'd never. It was you and your... I don't care who started it, but I'm putting a stop to it. Wait right here. And not a peep. Alright, so... can't do squat there. Let's go to sci-fi and fantasy. Adams and Pratchett. I read your detective books. Wonderfully over the top. Oh hey, big fan of your works. Thanks. Not you. Oh. I think you should read this one. I read this one and I thought it was good. What's it about? It's a story about this kid who can see dead people. Oh, that's not for me. I'm scared of ghosts. Can you see the ghosts too, kiddo? Ghosts? What nonsense are you filling his head with, detective? I see them. They're my friends. Well, this one is. Some of them are less friendly. I like them because before they came, the place was just empty. Just me and Doris. And she's only interested in reading the mostest dreadfulest books ever written. Excuse me, did you steal Lovecraft's book? He and that Poe fellow won't stop fighting over which one has the more frightful book. I took his books in hopes it would stop their arguing. It seems it just made it worse. Well, I shan't give it back until they stop their silly bickering. I just shan't! How am I meant to stop those two fighting? That's not my concern. You want this book? You stop their fight. There's gotta be a scarier book than theirs around. Surely that would stop their bickering. You know, I never actually talked to Crowley again to find out what he wants. Because Yeats wants to get rid of Crowley. I met your friend Yeats. He said he won't stop spying on, or you won't stop spying on him. I find most joyous to torment the man. He says you want into that room you mentioned. I do. I'm most bored here. I need to find something to do, something to read. Why not use the computer to go online? 2 words. Safe search. Oh, right. Maybe I can find some sort of workaround. Please do. Just stay here and don't do anything. That's the child. Maxa, you mentioned you were looking for stuff on the internet. How'd you get past the internet blocks? Up to something naughty, detective? Me? No, but I have this friend who needs to get around the library firewall. That's quite well protected, surprisingly. You'd think Doris was worried somebody would hack in to steal her unpublished fanfiction. But I figured out the admin password so I can bypass the block. Want me to give it to you so you can use it too? Please? Admin password. Password for Doris is internet block 1234. I'll give him the password. Here you go. I'm a ghost. I can't type that in myself. But you can use the internet? That's ghost for you, mysterious lot. Fine, I'll fucking use it on the computer. Now Crowley should be able to browse to his heart's content. I'll just let him know. Okay, I've set it up so you can be able to browse whatever you want, no restrictions. Excellent. You might not want to stick around for this. Right, I'll leave you to your business, so, shut the door on the way out. Did I sense? Yes, the beast's eyes are focused elsewhere. The air is clearer now. Well, clear is maybe not the term I'd have used. Come again, sir? Never mind, just don't go into that room if you can avoid it. As you suggest. Now, what's this all about a hidden room? I'll share what I can. There's a place hidden behind the horror section on the 4th floor. The source of the phantasmic pollution inflicting the building is within. How do I get in? One of the books in the L section is a lever. Pull it and fix this. Godspeed, man. Hear that, Dooley? Hear what? Oh, yes, of course. We need to get to the 4th floor and open the secret room using one of the books in the L section. Wait, how do you know all this? Intuition? Alright, let's go up to horror then. The book's Yeats mentioned is missing. Didn't know you were a fan of Lovecraft. You're looking at the Lovecraft section. A bit too godless for my taste. I wonder if the missing book is the one Blyton took. Oh. Okay, so they're not changing anything. So I have to get them to stop arguing. I think. Did you steal the book? How do I stop them from fighting? Doesn't matter. What this book's up there. There's got to be a scarier book around, one that would stop them from bickering. Okay. What's that you're reading? Guy Light, the heartbreaking tale of a girl who falls in love with a reverse vampire. A what now? A reverse vampire. You can only come out during the day. I'm at the part where it's her prom night, and he promised to take her, but the clocks went forward and now it's at night. What happens if he goes out at night? He gets really sleepy. Sounds interesting? What? It sounds awful, detective. Can I borrow that book? Need a library card to borrow books. Can I sign up for one? No, I'm too busy reading my book to help. Souls. Dooley, can I use your card? It still has fines on it. I bet you wish you'd let me make you a deal now, huh? If you need anything else, I'll be here. Unless I'm not. Okay. The copier. I really don't want to put my face on here, but I need a picture of myself. The things I do for this job. Picture I photocopied of my face. I put glue on that. I feel like I'm back in kindergarten art class, so we got a sticky photo. And put that on the old car. This is going to be the least convincing fake ID I've seen in all my years as a cop. Badly photocopied picture of myself, poorly glued onto a library card that clearly belongs to someone else. I'd say this wouldn't work, but I've been around the block enough times to try it. Oh my god, look at that. It's got like yellow glue sticking all over the place. Here's my card. I'd like to borrow that book you're reading. Need a library card to borrow books. Like this one? Oh. Oh then, here you go, Paul. Paul, my name is Paul. Like it says in the card. My card. Paul. Trashy novel. Let's go up to horror. Milo Stephenson's reverse vampire novel, Guylight. Even holding it makes me ill. Is this my book? No, it's not. What is this? It's the most horrific novel ever written, and it's not written by either of you. Let me see that. Teenage girl, blah blah blah, reverse vampire, blah blah blah, love story. It sounds terrifying. Its mere existence gives me shivers. Do you agree it's more horrific than your works? Will you stop squabbling? Agreed? Agreed. Can you believe something so hideous exists? Can you believe it's so popular? Stoker must be turning in his grave. I hope the poor chap doesn't know. Oh, they're gone. Back to finding that book that opens this lever then, I guess. So Yeats is gone too. And so is the ghost here. So the only ones left are on the second floor. Well, ones. Because the sci-fi ghosts are just playing chess and they're happy as a clam. So going over to the children's section, we got Blyton. We've gotten them to agree on the scariest book. Can I have that novel now? Good. I daren't see why you want this vile thing, but I did promise. Here. Aw, you ruined the kid's illusion, detective. You have your rotten book, now leave me alone. He says the same thing. Here goes nothing. Seems to fit with a curious clicking noise. Pull this and... voila! Secret room! Creepy doorways are a recurring motif I'm not fond of. Let me guess, staying here to cover me again, huh? You got it in one, detective. Try to avoid getting knocked out this time. These are one hell of an atmospheric fire hazard. Why don't they pick something less suspicious to put their hidden creepy room? Yeah, that's sort of obvious. What the fuck is all this? Magicka, Aleister Crowley's Guide to the Popular Wizard Game, The Gnostic's Guide to Ghosts and Ghouls, Rituals for Modern Witchuals. These are all contraband occult books. It's quite a nasty treasure trove. Why didn't I know about this stuff? The Necronomenon, a Cyclopean cookbook. 101 ways to get ritual stains out of your carpets. A brief history of time magic. The art of pentagram drawing. Oh, skull. Normal library fare this. The periodic table of secret magical elements. Baseball cap. Shelley. So what are you doing here? Like the moth to a flame, I am drawn to the eldritch energies emitted from this book. I like spooky books and electricity. I even lit candles to up the spook factor. Copy of Ripley's Casted Knot. It seems to be open to the Summon Spirits page. If I close it, this whole mess will sort itself out. Ow! Or it could be charged by this faulty wiring. Where does that go? So they run up to the roof. Crawl space. I wouldn't fit, but maybe I can drop something down to see where it lands. Gotta find where that landed. Hopefully without causing any damage. I think I hate my job. It's one heck of a view of the city. I can't see anything through the viewfinder. I won't tell anyone if you want to take it off. I will, just not yet. Oh, Doris is gone. Stack of tween novels, Unraveled, a mommy romance. Working ghoul, office temp by day, flesh-eating grave dweller by night. Witch, a covetous love triangle. Silence, la 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 la. I'm the law here, not you. Don't you forget it, sign. Doris is just straight up missing. Nothing new there. Children's section. What's all this noise? I can't hear myself to read. So, kid, what do you know about the other side of that vent? I didn't mean to do it. Do what? I was lonely, so I went exploring. I found all these neat new books. But the one I read was scary, and I ran off. And then the ghosts arrived, but I liked them, because now I have friends. See, he meant no harm. Troublemaker! Arrest him. Breaking and entering. Into your room of illegal books. Let's say both set of charges cancel each other out. Only if you get rid of the ghosts. And find him somewhere else to go once in a while. You can join me in the Blood Wolves. Blood Wolves? The mayor stopped paying the dib tax. So we had to change from scouts. You okay with that, kid? Sure. That's great, but back to the task at hand. We need to stop energy from flowing into that building, into the building and into that book. You'll need to get to the lightning conductor on the roof. Here, have this key. Dooley, we're going to the roof. But it's raining outside. In hindsight, that was dangerous. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. You blighter! That could have killed me! But you're already dead. Police brutality, that's what this is. You dropped a skull on me. Through you. Deadly through you. You'll pay for this. I'll send goblins around to poke you in your sleep. I'll have a pixie steal your mail. I'll get brownies to expletive on your lawn. Calm the fuck down, lady. Jeez. Okay. So roof. There wasn't roof access up here. Anywhere. So, guess I'm going through the window. I really hoped it wouldn't come to this. Here we go. I suppose I've already ducked out of one room in this case. I knew I played that card too soon. You did, buddy. You did. This is why I end up with overdue fees. Every time I bring a book back, I end up on the roof in the rain. Who wouldn't avoid that? What, Dooley? I get up to adventures when you're not around, you know. I don't just cease to be because Frankie McQueen's having a night in. But Darkside Detective. It should be called the Occult Officer. I'm gonna climb the ladder now. Probably for the best. More of the wiring from the secret room, and it leads up to the roof. Do you need me to go all the way up there? Scared of heights? No. Yes. How come so much of our work is done at night and in the rain? Sometimes I wonder if the people of Twin Lakes know how often we save their bacon. I never saved any actual bacon. Got a cat named Bacon out of a tree once. An example to us all, Dooley.
Young
junction box. So what do I need to do?
Get down as soon as possible.
Looks like the circuit is connected to the book downstairs to this aerial. I guess I should break that circuit, then wire the aerial to the lightning rod so the power has somewhere to go. So if it doesn't go here, it goes here. So that. Damn. Ouch, my hand.
Look, Detective, the storm is dying out. Imagine that.
Okay, we should be able to close the book now. Where do I... Oh, there it is. So there, to there, to there, to there. And still have that weird cap. Close book. And all the ghosts go bye-bye.
Drunksville, Detective, though I don't see why we had to take all those books.
Dooley, they're contraband.
Heavy contraband.
We have an agreement then, Doris? You don't fine me for having the books. I don't sue the kid for entering the vault. I go back to business, sans haunting. You should also get that wiring fixed. Ugh, fine. Come on, Dooley. Let's get back to the office. See you at camp, Mr. Dooley. See you there, Devin. Case closed. Achievement unlocked. Ghost Whisperer. We only got one achievement that time. We didn't get two. I wonder if I missed something. But I used up all my items. Then we have the Disorient Express case that opened up. So we're flying through these pretty quick. Which again, I said earlier in the stream that I'd seen people play these before. One a while back, but then another person fairly recently, VTuber by the name of Tane Tenshi. So I saw some of these. Granted, I'm figuring out some of the puzzles on my own because I don't have that memorized, obviously, from watching a streamer, but you know, you kind of figure some of it out. But yeah. After cases 4, 5, and 6, I think there's a 7, 8, and 9 that we want to try and get to, but I got to get the first ones done. The voice work's a little bit fun. I'm not sure. I kind of want to watch the VOD of this afterwards to see if I'm doing a good job. Probably not. I need more practice for voice work if I'm going to do that regularly. And my throat's already hurting a little bit from just the Dooley voice. But I've got water, so that should be good. But Disorient Express. Case summary. Dooley has called me to the subway station to deal with an emergency.
Detective, you're here.
Came as soon as you called. What's the case?
Case? No, I just needed a ride. Station's closed.
Closed?
Yeah, some spooky train is blocking the platform. Anyway, let's go.
Spooky train, huh?
Yep, spooky train. Anyway, we better get going or we'll be late for work.
Dooley, it's a spooky train. We're the Darkside division. Do you not think...
I try not to. That's detective work.
Fuck you, Dooley. Let's go have a look.
Fine, but if we miss the free donuts at work, you're buying.
Man, I want some donuts. Maybe go out somewhere and get some donuts tomorrow for breakfast or something. Which is a shame, because I have a Dunkin' Donuts super close to where I live. I just don't ever go there. Squad car.
You sure we can't just go to work? I need to get my morning nap in.
Morning nap. Can't say I'm surprised to find that something strange is happening here. At station 66 and 6th Street? actually shouldn't be possible, but anyway, going down. Tickets! It's working, but I have no cash. Time to put this badge to work and make use of my police privileges. Flickering lights always suggest spooky hijinks. Exit. Dooley.
Do you use the subway often?
No. Before we had the squad car, I intended to take taxis. Snob. Oh, snob. I misread that. What?
What?
Did you say something just then?
What? Me? No. Sorry, Detective. The barrier's broken. We have to crawl under it.
Can we at least jump over it?
No, the insurance for jumping was too high. We're only cleared for a slow crawl.
Being a cop is nothing like television promised it would be. Ooh, ghosty guy.
Do you have a ticket, sir?
Nodding the fuck?
The train's conductor, sir.
Right, you look a tad...
Ghostly, sir? That I do.
Are you a ghost?
Not at all, sir. Ghosts are blue, for one. And they can't be seen, not without the proper equipment. No, we're from the dark side.
Then what are you doing here?
Train's stuck, sir. Doing my job to get the passengers safe while this gets rectified.
Rectified?
Yes, sir. I'm sure those boys from the Brightside Division are looking into it right now.
The fuck's a Brightside Division?
Brightside Division.
Alright. Why are you here?
As I said, sir, the train's stuck. Not sure what caused it. Likely a problem with the tracks, sir. We have to see the inside of the control rooms to be sure, but I can't leave my posts here.
Ticket?
Thought not. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you solids to leave.
Did you just call us solids?
Certainly not, sirs. I wouldn't be throwing around language like that.
You fucking dead liar.
Come back anytime, sir.
Busker, Oscar the Grouch. Uncle Sam don't want you to know about the truths I'm here to show. So it makes me frown when I smell me a pig and his dumb sidekick come to shut me down. Sidekick isn't a word. Poetic license. Pig. Fuck you, Busker. Janitor cart. A plunger, but without the plungy bit.
So it's stupid.
Control room is locked. For now. Dooley!
Oh, come on, Detective. You know as well as I do how these things go.
I wonder if this camera caught any useful footage, but I can see that the working light is just painted on. Oh my god. Bin. Ooh, there's something in there. A receipt.
I need to get my eyebrows plucked.
Oh. I'm in a bit of a bind, Daddy-O. Hi there. Oh, I'm sorry, the door was unlocked. Yeah, lock's broke, and I got no feet to hold against it. Right, well then, I'll leave you to it. Whoa, hold on, Daddy-O. I'm a bit of a funky situation. Maybe you can help me out. What's up? Saul has no toilet paper, Daddy-O. And I'm a cat that needs him some. Yeah, sure, we can do that.
I don't feel comfortable with any of this.
You and me both, Daddy-O.
Whatever happens in here, Detective, don't cross the streams. The fuck is that?
Not sure, but I think we should send it back to wherever it came from. Or flushing does nothing.
You could say it is intentacle on staying where it is.
Oh my god, I should refer this game to Pearl Otter. She would love the puns. I need to find something to push it down with. Handle? Nope, not the handle. Graffiti.
Some lazy graffiti always puts more effort when tagging. I always put more effort in when tagging the subways.
What?
You heard me, narc. There's no toilet paper here. I've heard of sewer gators, but sewer cephalopods will go down a treat on my conspiracy blog.
You have a conspiracy blog?
Yeah. Dualanomicon.com. I read about important stuff like the world lizards, crop dusting, and how the moon is fake.
The moon's fake?
Oh yeah, not only we did not land there, but there doesn't even exist.
Who would lie about that? And why?
The moon people from the real moon behind the fake one.
Why did you write about the stuff we see?
Sure, who'd care about a boring old train when there are moon people filling our heads with lies?
Dooley is sagely, unfortunately. Alright, toilet paper. Creepy or not, nobody deserves to be stranded without toilet paper. That noise reminds me of my career since I was assigned to the Darkside division. Why do you always follow me into these tight places?
Well, you know what they say about friends in tight places.
No?
Yeah, me neither.
You see anything weird in here? Oh yeah, we saw that. The Dualanomicon. Here you go. Sorry to leave you hovering for so long. Far out, Daddy-O. Take this coin as thanks. I'm grateful for your help, Daddy-O, but do you intend to stick around for the main show? No, let us leave this shitty situation. Alright, so I've got an occult coin and a receipt. An evil-looking coin about the size of a quarter. Glowing receipt that says, for pickup, I can't read much else on it. And then the plunger handle. Alright, so ticket machine... No. Receipt's not right. What about the coin? There's not a chance in hell this will work. It will work. Oh, right, of course. Ticket! A train ticket I purchased with the strange coin that Darksider gave me. Eh? Here you go, one ticket. Fine, on you go then, I suppose. One ticket gets us both then? Chip.
Everyone here is so sick looking.
They're not sick, they're transparent. I can see right through them.
I've always been impressed with your scrutiny skills.
I like your glasses. They're my party goggles. On your way to a party? Always, darling. Every place is a party. It's party place when I have my goggles on. And I always have my goggles on. Even here, now. We party on the train. Hippie gal.
Why, hello there.
Hiya.
Where are you off to?
I was on my way to San Frankenstein's... Cisco, obviously. But then we got stuck here. This place is terrifying.
How so?
Well, for starters, there's not a single screaming beast in the sky. Nobody is being followed by shadow men, and nothing is on fire. Nothing!
Maybe you're not the girl for me. Nanny Dooley, is that you?
Sorry, dearie. I'm Nanny Cooley. You look like my little Patrick, though.
My name is Patrick, too.
Do you also like games of I Spy as a child?
I did.
I spy with my little eye the coming of the end, the world eating itself, rivers of gore flooding the streets.
I don't know this version of the game.
Oh, seeing the end times was little Patrick's favorite. I don't know why I'm choosing these accents. Oh, a Darkside portal. We found our #1 suspect for all the strange goings on.
You have the right to remain silent when questioned. Anything you say or do may be...
Dooley, what are you doing?
Reading its rights.
And how exactly do you intend to arrest a portal, Dooley?
Or by handcuffs, obviously.
And you get top marks for enthusiasm. Let's walk through the portal. Oh, hey, the Purple Rift has it accomplished.
I'm gonna need a second pair of handcuffs.
Agent McScream. You look familiar. Does the fire recognize the flame? Does the darkness recognize the shadow? Does the storm recognize the wind? Rain? Damn it, man, I've lost my train of thought. So you're an agent here, huh? We're all agents in the never-ending hunt. Servants of the crawling death board. Ministers of the world's cruelty. Well, I'm happy you're doing okay for yourself. Thanks. It's been a lot of hard work and late nights at the office. What the fuck is going on here? Interlopers, fiends, fleshly monstrosities. Things that should not have come to pass. Tracks of chaos intertwine. So you don't know then, huh? No. So, receding hairline, how's that treating you? The end comes for us all. Entropy is a cruel mistress. Yeah, let's hope it's from growing up in this weird hole. I'd best be going. We'd all best be going to the places we would best be at. Yeah. Oh, hey, Raxa. Finally, someone in authority. Hey! Sorry, guy, I don't know anything. You don't know any more than the rest of us. Hi, detective, what's going on? Raxa, why the fuck are you here? Getting on the train home from college. Then we got diverted. Whoever this is. Well, we're on the case now, so get comfortable. He means, yeah, no, I get it. Let me know if I can help at all. Will do. Headphones. Hello? Do-da-dee. I wonder if even knows what's going on. In case of fire, pray somebody has refilled the extinguisher. They have not. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. You're tired from walking through the tunnels, aren't you, Dooley?
Stop using your Sherlock powers on me.
Going back in there. I'm going to talk to the conductor now. Stay back, you monster! Calm down, please. Oh, sorry, I thought you were him. Him? The intense man in the tunnel who threatens to arrest any and or eat anyone who gets off the train. Arrest or eat? Yeah, I'm not sure who chooses. Alright, what's going on? You're really not him. I don't really know what happened. We left the station on time, then some weird lights flashed, and now we're here. Wherever here is. Who's this man you keep talking about? He looks a bit like you, only not. Not at all now that I can see you, properly see you. He stalks about outside this train, sniffing for clues and snarling when he sees us. Did he hurt anybody so far? Thankfully, no. He seems more menacing than dangerous. Well, goodbye. And if you need anything else, I'll be here. Sorry about the mix-up earlier. Waster!
Hey, dude, we've been on this train for ages. What's going on?
I'm afraid, because I keep seeing floating green people. Not at Liber...
Yeah, I think I indulged a little too much this morning.
Probably shouldn't tell me that. I'm an officer of the law.
Far out, dude.
Never mind. Have you been threatening people? We can't talk about that. It's a ghost cop! Chief Ghoulie! Now then. You look like one of those living folk we've got plodding around the place right now. Officer Dooley? Name's Ghoulie, Chief of the Brightside Division. Brightside? Division Specialist. Deal with threats from your neck of the woods, so to speak. My neck of the woods? The other world. That from whence you came, son. I surmise from your appearance that you are a detective, albeit one down on his luck. Hey, I presume that being the case, you've crossed over to investigate your world's version of this situation. I am. Can you help? No, son, I cannot. This isn't your jurisdiction. You should leave this to us professionals and take care of our train back in your own world. Shouldn't you look into that? Jurisdiction, son. Seems like a concept beyond a dangerous maverick such as yourself. Maybe she should just slap you behind bars. That seems normal. Busker. Land sickly. Sing me a song, buddy! What? You're the busker, not me. It's not busker's work here, you tourists. Is this vending machine crying? Come get me from the station, he said. Routine, he said. Ass. It hurts my eyes to look at this guy. What's the flying up there? Can I click on that? What the fuck was that? Hey, look skyward. I got an achievement for that. Nice. Daily Chronicle. What horrors could possibly make the news here? Bear points off camera. Burning barrel. Help, I'm on fire. What on earth? Ah, I'm a burning trash barrel. I'm meant to be on fire, you gonk. Look at your face. Brilliant. I'm not even... Station signage. Trains do not run on time. They run on fuel. Trains will also be late. So, same as always. Some things universal, I assume. Darkside shop. Shopkeeper. An invisible person. Welcome, sir. That is to say, me and I's pleasure. It is our, that is to say, me and I's pleasure to welcome you to the costume shop. That's the name. Your broken sign wasn't very clear. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, my old fella said. And if it is broke, maybe don't fix it anyway. He's odd. Very practical man, he was. Or he'd add. Okay. How can I aid you, sir? Trying to intimidate your direct superior at work? Hoping to woo a six-armed lover? Tired of looking like a hobo? Hey, that's our motto. Whatever your shame, Spider's got you covered. Okay, let me go back outside. Oh, because there's a giant costume shop. Given how little I know about how this place works, they could sell costumes or turn you into one. We get a mustache? This looks normal enough to me. Normal, sir? That's the very pillar summers are built on, sir. A friend and mentor to those in need. A shoulder to cry on. A person who will live in a wood hut with no air conditioning. Legendary camp counselor, sir. Nobody would buy that as a camp counselor. Oh, but they do, sir. It's the mustache, sir. Shows them to be rugged wildermen, suited for the rough and tumble life of camp counselor. Not for timid folk like you and I, sir. No, sir. Not for the shop vendors and the coat warmers, no. Punk wig. Dress like a punk or a road warrior from the future. Or you could wear this and, I don't know, be a carrot. Well, I'm convinced. Wizard outfit. Snarky teenage wizard is welcome anywhere. Well, not so much welcomed as he'll turn up and then he'll be there and it's almost as much hassle to get rid of him as it is to just leave him be. That's my usual party vibe anywhere, so 2 thumbs up for me. Be a badass biker, bike not included. Are you still a biker without a bike? Be a badass walker. Assuming your ass is bad. Either in the dangerous sense or the missing a buttock way. Your call. Did you write these adverts yourself? No, sir. It came that way, sir. Good words, ain't they, sir? Pirate outfit. Amaze your friends, surprise your enemies, confuse real pirates with this inefficient pirate ensemble. Comes with a free press ganging. Okay, so I don't know what I need here. Oh, there's a platform here. Ah, it's restricted area. Classified personnel only. Are you a classified personnel? No, I do not think so, Horn. On account of myself and McScream being the only ones who is. So unless you is one of us, I suggest you step back, son. Step back. Okay, so costume shop. It's gotta look like that. Well, that's not gonna be useful, so let's try the receipt. 1 tick, sir. Oh, Miss Biscotti. I beg your pardon, miss. I should have known. Obvious to me now. I'll get your items for you now, miss. Oh, yes, thanks. Here you go, miss. 1 swing cap. guess. Thanks. Full of ones and zeros. Why would anybody wear these? I try to get my hands on a 2 for a larger. Miss such as yourself. That's just confusing. Oh, because I'm a 1 versus a 2. Okay. Debris. Most of the Darkside cities appear to be in ruins. Alright, so I need something to go with the cap. Sing me a song. You're the busker, not me. So I need something from somewhere. Gotta get some kind of gunk or crap or something to... I got my hands dirty enough the first time around. Last of the stuff from the janitor's cart. I still can't get in the control room yet. Guy's still insulting us. Same. That's the same. That's the same. Roxer. Any updates? Still investigating. If I can be of help, just let me know. You still listen to stuff. I'm so glad you're not him. Oh, mold. A dark patch of fuzzy mold. I think it's looking at me. Alright, so we'll combine that with this for a bad disguise to make myself look like McScream. Time to try this. I can't bring myself to call it disguise, but time to try whatever the fuck this is out. Do you think, son, I've not seen my share of disguises? This one is particularly poor, with you partially being made up of some fungus, you lacking a certain floaty, transparent quality. Well, it was worth a shot. It was. I wish that agent I was sent was so innovative. Tell you what, son. In you go. You can solve this thing after all. About that jurisdiction. I'll paperwork up a sol ut ion. Now, oof you up before I change my mind. Alright, thanks. Ooh, bin. It's full of pictures of you playing a game. Who's the tiny pixel man looking at a trash can? The pictures of you. Okay, toilets. Looking good, Frankie. I think you let yourself go. Shut the fuck up, Reflection. Wait, what? Nailed shut with all that stuff. Hope that barring holds. It's familiar, either that's a clue or there's a lazy artist hanging around. The water goes both counterclockwise and clockwise here. Something stuck in there. That's better. Thanks. I mean, flush? Ah, plunger head. The ultimate accessory in toilet debunkification. Those were obviously supposed to go together. What's in the control room? Ben, note saying she loathes me, she loathes me not. Nice healthy relationship. He doesn't like having keys. Poster. Looks like he hung up there for too long. Computer, all systems operating correctly. Everything's working here, and we don't want to fuck with it. What the hell is that? Alright. We've got a key. What's that you have there? It smells of evidence to me. But you shall not take it beyond this place. So I gotta find a way to get the key past him. So, it looks familiar. Can I put the key in the toilet? We'll find its way to the other side without a guide. So, the tentacle monster, maybe? So, put the key back. Someday you'll be mine, little key. Oh, yes, you will be mine. Alright. Yeah. I'm getting here. Crossing back over. Get to the train. We leave the train. We go to the platform. Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. We plunge the tentacle. Alright, you little sucker. Huh. Sucker.
Tentacles. Very good. I should be helping, shouldn't I?
Alright, so it's gone. And the plunger's still with me. Now we're going to go back on the train. All the way back over to the other side of the map. Boy, this is annoying. We go to the control room. Grab the key. Back here. Aha! There is my little Wrigley buddy. So this is where I sent you, eh? Have a key. Hold on to this. And think well of me, friend. When I plunge you, Dave, remember that I plunge you with love. What's the third one? Anything? Did you say flush?
No.
You definitely did. I'm a detective and I don't miss things like talking toilets. Alright, you got me. I can talk. Big whoop. Just do your business and move on. I ain't breaking no laws, cop. I'm okay, thanks. A talking toilet, eh? I thought I had a crappy job. Cut me a break. It pays the bills. Besides, I got dreams, man. I'm gonna be a star. Dreams? I'm gonna be a comedian, man. Wanna hear a joke? As long as they're not too crappy. Everyone's a comedian, man. Fuck it. Oh, this game is cute. I like this game. Alright. Crossing back over. Onto the train. Out the train. To the platform. To the bathroom. To the key. Thanks, Dave.
Did you name the tentacle Dave?
Don't be jealous, Dooley. You're still my favorite. Oh, and that time it did actually take the plunger from me. So I won't need that anymore. And to the control room! So what's behind door number 2? Well, that's sus as fuck. What? How'd you get inside? Tam locked that door from the inside. So this is your handiwork, I take it. They shouldn't have fired old Tam for sleeping on the job. Told him he did. His black magic classes started at midnight and ran through. Morning shifts ain't for old Tam. Heavy sleeper he is. Bug him, Dooley.
I left my book at the station. Can I use these handcuffs instead?
Stop going through trash. An unexpected but strangely relevant note. Hey, cat's alive. Get out of there, guy. I've seen what happens to you hanging on for too long.
What are you talking about?
I've seen things, Dooley. Ritual stuff. This is the scene of some occult goings on.
The cinnamon candles remind me of Christmas, though, which is nice.
Old Tam was always fond of Christmas. Papa used to buy us all trains. Mama gave us voodoo dolls. Magical time of the year. Who the fuck are you? People will think twice about firing old engineer Tam now. They'll think twice about hiring you, too. Wait, what? Alright, line 1, power control system. Pop the disk. Must be how the virus was installed. Could prove useful. Cursed disk. 3.5 inches of innuendo-laden evil. Stay here, Dooley. Make sure this guy doesn't get away. But then how is old Tam meant to escape? That's the point, Tam. Aw, well, that ain't fair. Alright, so getting back in here. Roxa had a computer, I think, right? Yeah, curse this to Roxa. Can you make any sense of this? Let me see. Oh, this is an occult virus. Yeah, I think it's to blame for all that's going on. I probably talked to you about how to make an antivirus on my machine. Thank you. Oh, thing. So what do? You need to cleanse the infected disk sectors. That sounds easy. Not so easy, it's a virus, so each sector you clean will infect those around it. You can also lower the virus from infected sectors into clean ones, cleaning the infected areas. Why would I do that? To beat the virus, you have to make sure it has nowhere to hide. That will involve tricking it. Sounds harder than I was expecting. Don't worry, I made it back up. You just hit reset again if you want me to roll back so you can try again. So it's just a flip puzzle. Okay. Bam! Virus out. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, great. You sure this will work? Sure is a strong word when dabbling with the occult, but I think so, yeah? Well, it does. The city owes you a big debt. Really? Because I'm only on this train due to a mountain of parking tickets. Thanks to Roxa, this outdated disk should be able to undo this technomancy mischief. Tam actually did real good for himself with his classes, though. Deuscain. Load the antivirus now. All right.
Great work, Detective. You got the trains moving again.
Julie, you understand what just happened here, right?
No?
Alright, let's get this guy out of the cells. Ah, ha, ha, ha. How are you gonna get me there? Train ain't running. We just talked about how that was fixed. Weren't you listening? Plus we have this car. This has not been a good day for Tam. Case closed. Achievement unlocked. Ticket to ride. Cute achievement. Alright, so we're clearing through this a lot faster than I thought I would. Though I know the later cases are longer and take more time, but we should be able to clear at least one more case, maybe even two before the end of the night. But I do want to take a quick break. So let me swap back to some music here. And I'm gonna put on the same song I had on before. Set it to loop, and we're gonna do a be right back. We're gonna get a snack and refill my water and stuff. So be back in a few minutes, folks. Okay, water filled and snacked. Let's hop back into the game. So we did Malice in Wonderland, Home Alone, Disorient Express. Now it's time to go back to Police Farce. Today is my day away from cases to catch up on paperwork. Let's see how that works out.
You ready, detective?
Huh?
For McNugget's retirement party. The caterer has arrived with the cake. Grab your gift and let's go.
Gift?
I thought you'd forgot. Don't worry. I put your name on my gift. It's from us.
Pinboard. My notes from open cases. The downtown ghoulie man, a possibly undead flasher. Mirror Jane, a woman who appears in mirrors to other women who look exactly like her. Lycan Toupee, a wig made from werewolves' hair, which turns others into werewolves when worn. Or maybe that should have been werewolves. This is my life now. Dick Brickman. This is Twin Lakes FM featuring me, Dick Brickman, bringing you Dick Brickman Presents the Weather with me, Dick Brickman. It's raining. Tune in later for me, Dick Brickman, presenting Dick Brickman's Tricky Kicks. Featuring me, Dick Brickman. When all this Darkside stuff is put to bed, I'm gonna go see the whole world. I actually don't know what's in these. The keys were lost before this became my office. All of them? Coat, my trusty coat. Goes with everything from shirt and tie to sportswear. Computer. This computer has been with me since the beginning. The budget won't allow for an upgrade. Desk. This was a gift from my old mentor, Sergeant McDesk. Oh my god. Case files. My folders of weird goings-on in Twin Lakes. Bin. My various attempts to file reports for the things I've seen.
Hurry up! Cake!
Why is the ceiling fan broken? Maybe the motor is busted? I'll look at this later. Ooh, coffee. Nothing beats that first cup of coffee. If only had a slice of pie to go with it. I don't remember this place being so run down. Water cooler. Glass of cold, refreshing. Nope, this is warm and oddly colored. The King's office.
The King and the Chief.
Oh, that's me. The King and the Chief. I guess these are the photos you get when you're married to the mayor. Pottery wheel. There's space in here for a pottery wheel? It's full of signed pictures of McKing. Figures. Ugh. We all know this type of guy. Helmet trophy. He won this for being the best diver on the force. I don't recall anyone else being allowed to partake. Yoink. Trophy. This is homemade. Best at being not McQueen. Fuck you. With the trophy, best hair on the force. Okay, I'll give him that one. Fancy chair. Supports backs. Fancy. Fancy computer. His computer has an off button. Impressive. Nothing for the desk.
This place is fabulous. One day you could be as important as this. You just gotta get yourself that first case.
I solve cases all the time.
Arresting a giant marshmallow man isn't a case. It's the result of too much coffee.
Actually, does the same thing about my chair? No, it doesn't. It's a chair. Detective Wazinski. No talk. Working. Friendly as ever, Wazinski. Go away. Computer screen. Seems Murakami has set a new high score in whatever he's playing.
Damn it. How am I meant to get better than him if you keep making me do work? Tell me that, eh?
Ooh, headphone wires. Broken wires. Murakami won't care if they're gone. Can I... Nope. Empty desk. Murakami's desk. That guy always has some reason to walk around talking to people instead of doing work. Fire extinguisher. Pressure's gone. I should fix it before it's needed. But fire extinguisher's always kind of nice. I remember watching Tane play this, and she spent so long panicking about what we're about to see because she couldn't find a fire extinguisher. And I just remember screaming at her like, it's right there! Right there! On the bottom of the center of the floor! But anyway, gifts are on fire.
You meant to say surprise, detective, not fire.
Dooley, the gifts are on fire.
They sure are impressive.
Can of whipped cream?
Hey, I wanted extra cream on my slice.
Pile of gifts. They're on fire and nobody seems to care. Damn drunken cops. Happy retirement. We use the same banner for every retirement. Budgets have to be cut somewhere, detective. If you slash budgets, explain why the sprinkler system isn't putting out that fire. That's interesting. Why don't you go do some detecting, detective? Why are the sprinklers broken? What's going on here? Detective Big Nugget. 2 days left of retirement and I'm in a room with an uncontrolled fire. It's just like the old gypsy woman said. I love that. Officer Murakami, I love all the booze we have at these things. What about the fire? Keep your complaining to yourself, Killjoy.
I'm gonna devour that thing.
Hands off, officer. We're not cutting into it yet.
But Chief!
Really? Is the cake really more important than the fire? Actually, who brought fire? We discussed this last time. No more gifts of fire. Damned cop. Goddamn cops. Thinking they're Prometheus. Whiteboard. This is no time for reading whiteboards. I'm gonna talk to everybody in the room first. Dooley, there's a fire!
This party is on fire.
Chief, there's a fire! Here we go. I've told you detectives before. I can't solve every little thing for you. Honestly, it's I've uncovered a crime ring, this, and I've lost my gun, that, with you lot. Well, not today. I'm relaxing and having a drink. But... in silence, detective. In silence. A pressurized can of whipped cream? Whoop. A fire extinguisher with no pressure. I can 100% say this is not something I expected to do today. Fix the fire extinguisher? I'd say our health and safety officer would frown on this hack job, but clearly the situation... this station doesn't have one. Let's put that out. That taken care of. Wait, what the fuck is that? Pinboard. Takeout menus. In fact, I'm seeing nothing work-related here at all. It's a party guy. Relax. Pile of gifts. That urn.
You mean our gift?
Dooley, where did you get that urn?
It's that mysterious Chinese shop we visited last week.
Investigated, Dooley. We investigated it. For gremlins.
That seems like racial profiling to me.
Dooley, he clearly had gremlins, which you then bought and brought to the station.
Well then, case closed.
Dooley, the lid was burnt off. The gremlins are missing. And the station is crumbling apart.
Like I said, case closed.
Dooley, we need to find them before somebody gets hurt. Here, take this.
But cake!
Oh, a detective. I can talk to these people more now. Didn't you see the fire, Chief? Of course, it was right there. You didn't do anything? What can I do? If people want to re-gift the fires I got them last month, then let them. Wait, you were the one who set those fires around the station last month? They were beacons of hope. All very metaphorical. Oh my god. They were real fires, Chief. Metaphors can be very real. Why is the king's office so much nicer than mine? I don't think you're gonna like the answer to this question, detective. You think our barely legal goblins and ghost division should have a bigger office than the mayor's husband? Just be glad you're not down in the basement. Thanks for supporting us then, Chief. Don't thank me, just keep the city clean of these Oogie Boogie men. And the Oogie Boogie women. And the non-binary Oogie Boogies. No discrimination in regards to Oogie Boogies. Except for the discrimination of keeping them out of Twin Lakes. Apart from that one, yes. I think there may be gremlins loose in the station. Seriously, we just talked about this. You have one job! One job! No oogie boogies in Twin Lakes. This station is clearly in Twin Lakes. Get the situation under control, Detective. On it, Chief. No part of you two until this mess is cleaned up. Get to it.
Aww.
I don't understand why we're celebrating yet. I've got 2 days left of retirement. I can't risk you not making it and us losing out on a party. I should be offended, but I do like a good party. Alright. No talking, working. Back to the offices. There are no gremlins here, right? Nope. And then he said, "Hey, that's my kid's candy. Give it back." And so I told him I was the mayor's husband, and I showed him my badge and fined him for obstruction of justice. Oh, you're so bad. You're awful people. The staff bathroom, so horrible people only enter the most dire of emergencies. Must be so great for you to have a real detective like McKing around to learn from. I don't have time to talk to you. Isn't there a Wookiee or something you should be arresting? That's not what... Whatever, McLean. Live long and prosper, dork. Reception. Doggo. Officer Cal, he was meant to be a sniffer dog, but somebody decided to train him only to sniff out candy.
But think of all the candy-related crimes he's been able to solve.
Sure, we do have an alarmingly high number of candy smuggling in Twin Lake. Good job, officer. There's nothing in here but laxatives. Somebody put them there to suggest us cops are all full of Twin Lakes Police Department, how can I direct your call? Paperwork. Hands off, my lunch is in there. Why is it hidden in work files? So nobody here will touch it. You're a wise man, Banks. What do you want, detective? Can't you see I have a reception desk to recept at? Now that I don't need it, I finally find a fire extinguisher. Dispatch. That's a gremlin. Yummy, yummy wires.
Trying to hack the database to steal all the human info. We should fry him, detective.
Interesting idea. Can't talk now, detective. The system's broken. I can't figure out why. Whiteboard. This is the first bit of actual police work I've seen in this place today. Mug. It's a mug, a normal run-of-the-mill mug. I don't know why I feel the need to comment on every item in a room. Clock. Friday evening, 7 p.m. But crime never sleeps. Well, we take shifts, and we're off on public holidays.
Gotta take those rest days, detective.
Alright, so if fire hose can be used to loop through the cell door handles to lock the place up at night.
Chief Scully really pulled this place into a sort of order, didn't she?
So we got a hose. Apart from the hole for the air supply, McKing's trophy is an actual airtight helmet. If I found a tube... Plugging this here gives me diving helmet. Holding cell number 1. This guy's in police protection for informing. He's a rat. Try not toilet your incarceration, get you down. We put that up to cover up the hole the prisoner dug to escape. Sadly for him, he dug his way into the rest of the station. Detective. I'm going to use my detectiving skills and say you're in here for solicitation.
Impressive. Your guess, not his soliciting.
Alright, hand him over, Roy. Hand what over? Your matches and cigars. I wish I'd never met you, detective. Matches from Busty Bells. Did you hear... No, I'm not doing this. I just don't find toilets all that funny. Sorry for taking your matches. I'm not so sure you are. Hey, maybe you should be a detective too. Hey, it's old Tam. Graffiti. Tam puts his name places so he knows what's his and what's not. Seriously, what am I meant to say about them that isn't literally toilet humor? Old Tam loves to whittle. Whittle, whittle, whittle. Tam, you can't have a knife in prison. Tam can and Tam has. Tam, give me the knife. Tam does not have warmth for you in his heart. Old Tam ain't got nothing to do no more. Prison is a punishing place. Alright. So I've got a lot of stuff to do things with. And Dispatch clearly has a gremlin there, but... Okay, there's one here in the shooting range. How did I get a gun? Why is everything so unsafe in this station? Pew, pew, tee, hee, hee. A junction box. The bus, if I want them to work again, I need to fix the system in the basement. Garage. McQueen's car, a government-issued block with wheels. McKing's car. Seriously, why does he get all these nice things? A bulletproof sports car? The jerk. Dispatch's junction box is screwed closed. Construction site. You don't look very busy. Power tools bust, so union says I don't work. Not my place to go against the union. You seem familiar. Do I know you? Gary Plinkman. Not that I know of, no. Mind if I borrow this? Sure, why not? Can't see me getting back to work anytime soon. Monkey wrench?
Do you think the tiny picket fences really make this place seem homely? Good addition by the chief.
Pot of clay, cold hard clay, which we don't need. Spare pipes. Water valve. Let's get the water flowing again. Ooh, they run all over the station from the briefing room to the shooting range. But the system seems broken right now, probably the gremlins. Alright. There we go. So the sprinklers will work. You'll have me out of work, you will. Okay, so that's one thing I did. Screw it closed. There are no bolts. I need to pry it open. Knife?
Have you ever tried to, I don't know, open something like that using just a screwdriver?
I've always been more of a lateral thinker. Junction box. Now we need something to rewire with, like the cables. So drag the wires from one node to the other same colored node without crossing them. So this is one where I 100% know how to do it because I watched a stream. I figured it out before the streamer, which was a fun thing. But yeah, that to that, that to that, whoop, to that, and then that to that. Zappy zap. Spike. Eek. Yes, the system's back online. Time to do some hardcore cop work. Okay. There's a draft coming from the vents. The bolts probably just need to be tightened up. The gremlins have broken everything else around here. I'm sure that if I don't remove this now, it'll fall off soon anyway.
Neither of us believes that, but I'm so into this. Fight the system!
Duly, we're part of the system.
Speak for yourself. I'm bringing this place down from the inside.
I kind of knew that. Ooh, that's it. I didn't expect that to happen.
Feel bad about it?
Nope. Nothing there. Air vent. Let's say the vent broke because of some maverick cop was crawling through it. It's still nicer than our car. Hood. I'll take this for my trophy cabinet. I mean, I'll take it to be repaired, yeah. Second one.
Detective, how do you get all these things into your pockets?
Origami? Let's go to the shooting range. Matches on the sprinklers? This should achieve something. It did. The creature is wet. Why did I expect more from that? So I can't get to the junction box, but the hood from his car, bulletproof but not air vent proof. Well, put it near the hole, angle it just so. Zappy zap. That was a shocking way to wrap this up.
Are you proud of that pun?
More than I should be. Finally, Dooley, grab the gun and I'll take this guy. Looks like our guys are good enough shots of these stormtroopers. That's well and truly bust. At least the gremlin's out cold. I got a dispatch, which is reception, dispatch, gremlin. It's passed out. Let's get it out of here. Can't talk now, detective. The system's back online and there are people who need our help. I did the holding cells already. Evidence room. Hands off, McLame. Something's broken in the evidence room. Probably you and your idiot sidekick's fault. I'm gonna fix it with manly skills and muscles. If you really want to help, you can fetch me some more caffeine. No need for sugar. Alice here has enough sweetness for me. You're married to the mayor, you ass. I hate that man.
But he's so dreamy.
Well, there's an inevitable outcome to this item that I don't love. Java, Sweet Joe, Black Oil, Uncle Moo-Moo's Morning Surprise, the Liquid Viper, coffee. Sure there is. More potent than the average coffee. Here you go.
Hey, keep the coffee coming, Lame. I could drink this stuff all day. Oh no, no. Get out of my way!
Achievement unlocked. Karma. I hope he's okay in there. The people of Twin Lakes need a hero to look up to. My insides! Make it stop! Evidence room. I had to fix this with my manly skills and muscles, but mostly by finding a way to cheat this magnetic lock. Motor? Maybe I need to get the magnet out of the shell. Magnet out of the shell. What else to use? You don't look very busy. Not safe to go back there. Too much electricity. Reception and dispatch. How about you? Can you do a thing? Nope. How about you, doggo? You seem smart. Nope. So I need to do something to the fan motor to get it what it needs done. From what I can see, nobody got him anything nice. So where do I go to pop the latch? Get the magnet the shell. Magnet out of the shell. Dooley can't do any damn thing, can he? Nothing about the colleague. Fences, piping. Was I supposed to use the knife on it or something? Water pipes, water valve. Water pipes running all over the station from the briefing room to the shooting room. The sprinklers are fixed. Hopefully we'll stop seeing fires all over the place. Don't tinker with that anymore. Cheat this magnetic lock. Cheat this magnetic lock. So if I gotta crack this open, I can't go there. The holding cells. Alright, Hail Mary. Old Tam, can you do a thing for me? Nope. How about the guy who likes to go to Busty Bells? Can you do a thing for me? No. Ratcoon, you're my final hope. Nope. Oh, I can poke myself? Okay. Stairwell. There's no way Dallas is going to do anything. No. No. How am I going to get the motor out of here? Or the magnet out of here? Am I stuck? Because I feel stuck. Because I can't go back to the range. I need to get in here. Pop open the tiny latch. I think I might have messed this mission up. I think I needed the knife to pop that open. Got nothing else. Let me check something here. Oh, no. Not what I want to do. Ba, 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 ba. Ah, that's what I'm looking for. I missed something. Reception, dispatch, drawers, full of rubbish like bobby pins. And then I'll use the bobby pin to pop open the fan. There we are. So that's what I was missing. Magnet should reverse the polarity and let me in. There we are. Evidence. A very noisy kids game?
That's not evidence. I'm hiding it from Murakami until I beat his top score. Who do you think wrote these dumb scripts for a comedy game about two cops investigating weird crimes?
Nothing. Nobody. Shut up. What?
How did that thing even get in here? This room is meant to be locked down.
I'm just shocked you see them. Like, see and understand them.
Eh? Little green men in the station? Right in my ballpark. I'm just shocked you're taking it so well. This is a world apart from your normal, boring cop life.
Wizard hat. All that remains from the mysterious walking luggage that ate everything case. Skull. A plastic skull. A surprisingly more dangerous occult item than the real thing. Magical tome. I hope this illegal magical tome will be okay in here when the door is bust. Chomp, chomp, claw-faced. You know? Gas grenades. Knockout gas. This could be handy if I want to be able to leave that party early. That would knock me and Dooley out too. I need to find protection first. Yeah. Dooley, take this hose outside and keep the fresh air coming. Whee! Take this, you little monster. Uh-oh. While it's unconscious, I'll stuff it in my seemingly magical pockets. Alright, that's all of them. I'll get Dooley so we can go to the office and put this case to rest. Okay, let's lock these suckers into the new urn and get back to that party.
Party!
Evidence gremlin. In you go, sleepy monster. Dispatch gremlin. Back to captivity, my monstrous pal. Shooting range gremlin. Welcome home, little...
Oops.
Oops! Is that it? What do we do now?
Flush him down the toilet and go back to the party?
We need to make a new urn, Dooley. A magical one that can actually hold them. Receive gremlins. Again. Broken urn. Tumbleweed. Okay. So that's our office. The king's office. Okay, can't take any of that. Alright, party's still going on. The cake is safe. Right. Evidence room. Magical stuff. Maybe there'll be instructions in here for sealing magical urns. Roleplay books, not actual contraband, but dangerous reading nonetheless.
Not too dangerous for our weekly game?
Dooley, shh. Evidence. The king's topless self-portraits as he signed them in for the crime of being too awesome for the general public. Box of odd socks. Our best people are looking into a ring of crooked washing machines that are behind the robbery of their other halves. Boxes of jam jars with one scoop taken out from the unsolved scooper case where they'd appear at crime scenes after investigations had started.
Oh, that was me. I liked eating toast while I think, but I always forget to bring the pot with me afterwards, so I keep opening new ones. Harmless. Dooley, we spent a lot of taxpayer money investigating that. Harmless.
Jam jars with one scoop taken out. Okay. Hundreds and hundreds of tiny hats. A man made them to keep mice warm during the winter, but the mice turned out to be a gang of robbers, so we confiscated them. Jars full of seamen from the Sears figurine sailor case. Okay, so I got a magic book, that's the thing. Nothing else there. This is good urn making material. Alright, got clay. A lump of cold hard clay.
I think you're a better detective than McKing.
Thanks, Dooley. That really means a lot. I think you're a better sidekick than Dallas.
I don't have her legs, though.
Well, no, but if you did, that'd be theft, wouldn't it? Oh, geez, so McKing and Dallas are off doing their thing. Pottery wheel. It's too dry to use. Okay, that softened it up. Wet clay now. Let's do this.
Hey, how do you know how to make an urn?
I watched that film Ghost a lot. For research. Got myself an urn. An urn I made myself. I should probably stick to my parents' fridge somehow. Magic book. Let's see. Warding rituals, spells to bypass doing the dishes, and aha! A diagram for how to seal magical urns. Handy. Time for some finger crafting of runes. One down. That's two. The room's card dim. I should hold the... Come on. And that's done. Thank goodness. Let's get this somewhere safe. Okay, lock fixed and gremlins stashed away. What have we learned from this, Dooley?
Not to eat so much sugar. I'm crashing now. I don't really remember much of what happened. But I'm sure it was nothing important. Now, let's get back to the party.
Achievement unlocked. Unwanted gift.
Hey, where's all the cake gone?
We ate it all. Why is this place a mess? What did you two do? Well, there was...
And we,
somebody let off a gas grenade.
Nasty, big, pointy teeth.
And the car was smashed when we got there. McKing did it? Another one to file under Darkside Antics. Probably for the best, yeah. Okay, well, you two better start cleaning. The budget doesn't allow for both of your capers and custodial staff.
Oh man, chores and no cake. This day did not play out the way I had hoped.
Case closed. So we are powering through this stuff by the power of knowing what the fuck I'm doing and having seen all this before. Okay, so I've still got about 30 minutes left. I might be able to do lock mess in that time. And that means we'll just have one case left next week before getting to the new ones where it'll be new content for all of us. So sorry if I'm going a little fast, folks, but I am trying to get to newer stuff while also letting you see what's going on here. So Loch Mess. Dooley and his blood wolves are attending a jamboree, but the kids rang me in a panic saying something fishy was going on. Well, here I am. Camp. What am I doing here? What those kids are calling about. I don't see why Dooley couldn't take care of it. Jamboree sign. A poorly painted sign says Jamboree inside. First here? That's odd. I'm sure the rest will be along soon. Just settle in and don't think about it ever again. That's actually exactly the kind of sign I'd expect to see here. The main sign for the campsite is exactly what happens when you let people vote on a name. No, it's not. They wanted to call it Voting with Boatface. I recently heard of a VTuber buying a new fridge and they let people name it. I think they called it Bucket of Lube or something like that. Ridiculous. Other choices were... Oh, I spelled that wrong. Other choices were Cabin in the Wood Knot, Tent Pegging, and The Place Where You'll Die. So not hard to see how it won out. Campsite. Enter the camp. It's been years since I've been here. Memories, eh? Bugs! Guess that's the closest thing there is to a nightclub for flies. Old wooden sign reads, "Park your automobiles here, then throw the keys away. You won't need them with all the fun we have at the Jamboree. No other motives. Honest." Oh, the rope snapped. I guess I have a sign now. Booth sign. An information booth. Actually, the I is for interloper. I often ask myself, Jamie, do you think people will see this I and understand you offer reasons why they are unwelcome in this terrible place? I think it's pretty clear. Flyers. This one says, talk to Twin Lakes native. Jamie, they said, nobody is going to come all this way to talk to you. But here you are. Yeah, I'm here for other reasons. Oh. Flyer says, come visit one of Twin Lakes' Twin Lakes. They're not really twins, you know. One of them is adopted. Come see our breathing land. We rose 30 feet above sea level when the mountains last inhaled. Twin Lakes, home to the largest population of Twin Lakes natives. We started running out of tourist attractions pretty quickly. Come see Twin Lakes Sewer Gator. I admit it. That one I made up. Hi there. Welcome to Lake Monster. Get out while you can! What? Why? Why? Because of the lake monster, of course. It's our #1 attraction. Avoid it at all costs! What are you doing here? Every day I ask myself the self-same question. Jamie, you could have followed your dream, I say. You could be a chef. Then I remind myself that I cannot taste flavors and I think I made the right choice. What are you doing here? Oh, yes. Me and my flights of fancy. The work at the tourism board, and this is the tourism board. We, Ed and I, tell people about the wonderful things to see and do in Twin Lakes, and what to avoid, like this lake and the rest of the city. Tell me about the camp. Campsite got its name as it was the site of a terrible massacre. It's also the site where those angry spirits were laid to rest. Unconnected, it's also the site where terrible tragedies happen every year. And it's where kids go on vacation and to do fun Blood Wolf activities. It fills my heart with joy to see them play, and with fear, because everything here is so awful. And something about the monster. Oh, huge big fangs it has, or tendrils, maybe even a big sucker thing. And the wings! Oh, if you saw them, they'd probably be wings. Might be fins, though. Hard to tell at a distance. It stands well over a certain height tall and weighs an amount. You can be sure of that. Have you actually ever seen it? With my own eyes? Sorry, that was meant to be a question. With my own eyes? No, I've not. Has anyone ever seen it? And lived to tell of it? No. How many people is it rumored to have taken? Rumored? Many. Proven? None. Right then. A fiend it is! But a wondrous attraction for the region. Each day I'm torn between Jamie, the people need the beast, it brings so much business. And Jamie, the monster, it kills, probably. Bye. And run and don't look back! Seriously, how did you get this job? I married into a powerful tourism family. It's too quiet when driving by myself. I need to get the radio fixed for when Dooley's not with me. You're here! Devin, that kid from the library. Devin, you rang? Blood Alpha Dooley has gone missing. Blood Alpha, that gets me every time. Wah! Sub! Missing. What happened? Much crying. Questionably authentic wails. We don't know. He was here last night and then this morning gone. His bunk wasn't even slept in. Aliens must have taken him. Mauled by a bear, I bet. Let's not leap to conclusions. When was the last time you saw him? We had nighttime hot chocolate. And then he went to the office to, I don't know, do officey things? I guess I'll start there then. Or we'll start there then. We? I don't do entire cases solo, just convenient sections. Come on, we've got us a dually to find. Nice campfire. You guys built it yourselves? Emily built it by herself. I didn't build it. I just freed the flame. It's how I got my Fire Whisperer badge. Fire Whisperer badge? Blood Wolves had a lot of very much not scout badges. Best not to ask. Thanks for coming out. These two are on the verge of a meltdown. Looking for him should calm them. No problem. Sometimes I think the fire is whispering at me to burn things. But then I realize it's just Emily. Snitch! Balloons. I'm no balloonologist, but I'm pretty sure these shouldn't be slimy. Can't click that. Tents. Need to find Dooley. This place is too tense without him. To lighten the mood. Get it? Too tense, too tense. Oh god, nice. You know what improves the joke? Explaining it. Okay. More bugs. Flies really need a better hobby. Left window. Nothing to see here. It covers a wall. They forgot to build the room that already had the windows ordered, so... A dorm room reminds me of summer camp out here as a kid. Time to go in. Phone call. Hello? Hello, this is Jack Turner, Devin's father. I just want to check in that the boy's doing okay. Not struck too wide-eyed by all that nature, I hope. He's, fine? Sorry for calling. Jack is a worrier. Are you on the line, Barbara? I'm just making a little call, Barbara. Just checking on the lad, eh, Barbara? He'll be fine, Jack. There's no need to keep calling. Just leave him to have a good time. Yes, well, I mean, there's no such thing as an overprotective parent now, is there? I'm so sorry, Devin. Paper can be damp because of leaks, extreme humidity, being in a jungle, or getting scared and wetting itself. Stop trying to burn that flyer, Emily. Stupid damp paper. Flyer. One of these is wet and reads, very real jamboree this weekend. Dooley's pack should come. They are the best pack and will win the jamboree, which is real. Something's fishy. But it's not the... It's the flyer. It's a fish. Dorm room. Blood Wolves of America doesn't exist. Don't ask questions. Go on with your lives. Not the most welcoming poster. You gotta want the wolf. We don't have time for blow-ins. Props. A box of dress-up props. Let's dig out bits and bobs. These bunks are all mine, but I let my pack sleep in them. A lone wolf is a weak wolf. Is this the boy or the girl dorm? There are no genders in the Blood Wolves. It started as a cost-cutting scheme that ended up being strangely progressive. One of these bunks is full of money. I had my Monopoly earnings in it. There's a pack of marshmallows called Uncle Gloopy's Squiggy Delights here. Charming. Hey, my secret stash! Gimme. No. If you take any more of my stuff, I'll cut you. I'm not taking that chance. Guess I got some clean since the last time I was here. Crime solving for boys. The top one was mine. Dooley was below me. Yes, I have Dooley's old bunk. There's nothing on that side. We got the props. They're pink marshmallows. Ugh. Office. Guitar. It has a sticker saying, "The truth is around here somewhere." I'm guessing this belongs to Dooley. Poster, "I want to be leaves." Keep telling Dooley to stop buying knockoff posters. Lamp. We got that. We got Dooley that as a gift after Emily smashed the room's light. It had it coming. How many Blood Wolves are in Twin Lakes? Us four are pack 347. But the numbering starts at 210 and skips every 11th pack, so it's hard to say. When Blood Alpha Dooley is back, I'm going to convince him to turn Betty into a Robot Wars contender. All opposition will be destroyed. Resistance is futile. That's my girl! Sometimes Blood Alpha Dooley lets us play games with him on the computer. Fill-in Police Reports is the one we play the most. It's on and Dooley's logged in. I'm not proud of this. Maybe I can find some clues. File in here called password. Let's see. Dooley's password is password. That it's as secure as it is surprising. Childhood photo. Those were good times. Don't worry, buddy. I'll find you. And this machine is pretty much empty. This is interesting. Greetings, fellow Bloodwolf. You and your pack, I guess, are invited to the 100% legitimate jamboree at campsite this weekend. You have to come. You must. Nigel, fellow Bloodwolf. No need to look it up. Seems like he was hanging out on his Deluminati.com forum. There's an open thread. Dear Deluminati, the government are trying to use my brainwaves to hunt me down so they can pester me into film work. How can I protect myself? This guy keeps bumping his post and pinging Dooley. All of his posts are signed Nigel, fellow human for realsies. Starting to see a pattern here. Who's Nigel? An empty folder. Okay. Oscilloscope. This is an odd thing for a holiday camp to have. This is Betty. It's like SETI, but better. Hello, Armelia, Devin, Emily, Detective. Why is it talking? How does it know my name? We did say it was better than SETI. How can I help you today? Where did Dooley go? Nothing. If Mr. Dooley wanted you to know his secrets, he'd have given you the password. Input's password. Fine. What are you and what are you talking about? I'm Betty. I monitor, gather, and collate signals in the search for extraterrestrial life. Yeah, like SETI, I get it. Ugh. SETI's a moron. I speak 13 languages, I'm a chess master, and figured out the meaning of life. The meaning of life? Yeah, but Dooley deleted that to make more room for his TV shows. Okay. Dooley found a signal, a 2.4 gigahertz ultra-high frequency radio signal. Essentially the internet, but... Stop trying to cyber patronize me, machine. All you had to say was fancy internet. Where did it lead him? Across the lake to the signal's source, which was... I'm afraid I don't know. I didn't go. I have no legs. I need that info. If you won't tell me, I'll have to commandeer it. I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave. Detective. Devin. Step aside, mister. Time to put my uppity AI badge to use. What? Wait, why do you even have a badge like that? Bloodwolf secret. Sorry. You don't have a need to know in case a needs to know basis badge. Just do whatever you're gonna do. Okay, you search the map for places the signal bounced through. I'll lock them in, and once we find enough of them, we should have the route to the Blood Alpha Dooley took. Okay, so Dooley went there. Oh, there's a thing here. So he went there. And there. Okay. Found that one. Okay. Huh. Looks like a map of the lake. To what? To where? To Dooley? Not sure. Let's print it out and see where it leads us. Okay, so I got the Betty map. Wait. Hello? Hello, it's me again. I just want to make sure you are aware that Devin is allergic to technology. Bitten by a toaster once. He has left his EMP device at home. I wouldn't sleep a wink thinking of him out there in all that techno-filled wilderness without knowing your EMP is up and running. In fact, maybe you'd send me the make and model number of your EMP. Hello? Hello? Barbara, I think the line has gone dead. Fish! When I was last here, this was full of plastic fish. That's progress. Metal cups, a can of Colonel Mustard's poison custard, and a box of Radaway radiation removal powder. This place has it all. Bowls. We use those to cut Devin's hair. That's why I wear this cap. Not dog hot dogs. Hot dogs. Seriously, our product contains 0% dog guaranteed. Not a guarantee I would have thought had to be given. Half-baked beans from the Not Thought Through Limited. A can of dehydrated eggs. What, do you expect me to find a chicken every time I need to make an omelet? Menu. Stew, don't ask for specifics. Pots. Look brand new. Doors don't need no pots to microwave a meal. Can I take one then? Whatever, I don't need them. Oh, I didn't actually think I would get that. And tubing. Some tubing for cleaning out the tank. I think I can get away with taking a small length. Chef Agnes! What? You seen Dooley? I saw him yesterday. Chased him away from my stew. Would have ruined it. He was adding flavors. Not many people here. And? What's am I? The people police? Sometimes they's here, sometimes they's ain't. But you're here. Oh, sorry. I didn't know yous was the people police. I thought's not. Why do you work out here? Working with kids suits my sunny disposition. Farewell. What's the food like out here? Surprisingly good. Agnes may be a grump, but she knows how to microwave anything to perfection. I can recite pie to 34 ingredients. The canteen is the best place to come for knives. Why do you need knives? Are you trying to suggest that at your age you don't know why knives are useful? Wait, what age do you think I am? 100? Okay. Are you here to see it too? To see what too? We've been waiting ages and ages for it to show. We're starting to get bored of waiting. But we're not going home without seeing a monster! Well, good luck with that then. Why do you want to see it? We're 100% of Twin Lakes Cryptozoology Club. We're always on the hunt for lake monsters, sewer gators, krakens, and around winter, yetis! People don't know this, but there's a lot of strange things happening in Twin Lakes. Believe you me, I know. Ha! Sorry, guy, but the cops don't know anything about what's really going on around here. Yeah, go back to getting kittens out of trees and leave the real detectiving to us. Do you not have something better to do? Nope, not a thing. Farewell, friends. Unless the monster gets you. Hey, there's a moon. Got my eye on you, moon. Up there watching all night. All the night crimes but saying nothing. Obstruction of justice, that's what this is. I know the moon's not a person. I was only joking with it. Joking with the moon? Yes. I always wanted to be a water wolf. A water wolf? Like a regular blood wolf, we also learn how to locate and scuttle submarines. Why would you want to learn that? Or when they come? Who? The submarine people, obviously. Ugh. Blood Alpha Dooley says that government is a shared illusion we all experience from chemicals put into the water. Who puts these chemicals into the water? The government. Water is made out of ice and heat. Not sure that's entirely correct. An old gas can. It's empty because I emptied it. Let me guess. To start a fire? No, I poured it under Devin's bed so everybody would think he peed himself. But I gotta make sure the other packs don't want to poach him from us. Cooler. We've got enough food to wait this beast out for days. All kept nice and fresh in tinfoil. An old boat with no gas and a hole in it. I'll need to fix this if I want to use it to follow the map across the lake. Alright, well the hole's easy enough. Plank. Won't stay in place, I need something to... Marshmallows in the pot. That bag was too sticky, so I'll store them in here for the time being. So pot of marshmallows. And... fire? Let's melt the mallows down, gang! Melt them to the ground! Melting marshmallow goop. If we go out here, what do they say? Why did you become a cop? It was the coat, mainly. You don't get the same swish out of a normal coat. These are special issue. I like police cars, and fire trucks, and ambulances, and helicopters, but I don't like planes, except for jets. Good to know. I like your car. How fast does it go? Fast enough. You don't know, do you? The kind of cases we investigate don't really call for high-speed chases. Okay. Great, now you just lifted the car and poured the stuff out? No? Then I'm going to need another way to fill this can. Okay, I'll just suck some of the fuel out and pour it on the ground, I guess. Seems like a flawed plan to me. You know what? I don't need your shit, Emily. Siphoning kit. Stand back. It's time for me to summon up some fire juice. This is so not safe. No one ever do this. You will literally give yourself cancer in the mouth. This is not... You don't put car fuel in your mouth. Bad. Don't do. Now hand it over. What? Give me the gas can. I should have known when you were on their side. Traitor. Okay. So if I take the goop and apply it to the plank, so the plank is sticky, so we can sticky the boat to fix the hole, and pour some gas in. It's filled up. Now that it's working, best head out and check out the lake. We best head out, mister. Too dangerous, kids. I'll tell you what. You keep an eye out here in case Julie comes back and I miss him. But Danger is my middle name! No, it's not. They just write Danger in all your paperwork. Oh. We have to go, mister. We have to. It's against my better judgment, but then most things I do are. In you get. Hands off the camera. We're rolling. It's a Polaroid camera. An unmanned Polaroid camera. Doesn't matter. Dick Brickman will get his man, or monster, on tape. And you can rest assured that I'm not going anywhere until I do, unless I had a reason to believe the monster was hiding somewhere else. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so I guess I missed my time to get this done. But we're close to finishing this one, I think. Alright, reporter. Got my eye on you, Moon. Oh, let's talk to the kids again. When do we get the police brutality? When do we get to police brutality, the press? It's not a thing we're gonna do. How do you get any joy from this job? I wonder if this guy has his Ask the Real Questions badge. I'm gonna regret this, but what are the real questions? Which computer has Elvis been uploaded to? Who funded Columbus's fake discovery in America? Where? Sorry, the fake discovery of America? Yeah, Dooley says there's no actual proof America exists. That now we're standing in a secret country in the middle of the Alps. That's impressive, even for Dooley. If I had a camera, I'd take pictures of the bugs and fish and rocks and another fish because there's more than one type of fish. Alright, reporter. Hey, I recognize you. Dick Brickman here, reporting from here, the place I am. To you, wherever you are. For Twin Lakes News with me, Dick Brickman. What are you doing here? I, Dick Brickman, am here to report on the news. And the news of the day is that there is a monster living in this lake. It's not really breaking news, is there? People have been talking about this supposed monster for an age. Breaking news! People admit to knowing about the monster for, and I quote, an age. How did you get here? There's no boat. You can't get the press out. And I, Dick Brickman, am the press. So what's the scoop on the monster? We're here, live at the scene where the investigation has taken us thus far. What will we see? Is this where the monster lives? Will we finally get a signed photo of the creature? Tune in as I, Dick Brickman of the Twin Lakes News, have absolutely anything to share. You know there's no audience here, right? There's no need to talk like you're mid-broadcast. Breaking news, detective. You're here. An audience of 4. An audience of 4 or 4 million. The news has to be heard. Goodbye. Don't forget to tune in to the Twin Lakes News with me, Dick Brickman, for the thrilling conclusion of this week's Dick Brickman Investigates, featuring me, Dick Brickman, where I, Dick Brickman, follow any lead on the creature, any lead at all. So that reminds me of a video I was watching on YouTube a while back where somebody used a term a whole bunch of times, and he said, I'm using this term so often, it's getting kind of old. There's actually a term for that. And he said it was called semantic satiation. Basically, you say something too many times. But it's neat. Alright, into the forest. I think we're lost. Pretty creepy place. I bet there are monsters in that forest. Let's hope not. Fireflies. Fireflies. Flies on fire! Dark forest. I wonder what secrets this forest hides. Not that I have any real urge to find out. I've buried many unwanted gifts in these woods. Can't you orient us through these woods? That's a scout thing. Instead, we learn how to block ourselves from the all-seeing eye of GPS satellites. I don't like dark things, like the dark and night, Tim. Do you mean nighttime? I don't like nighttime, but only because that's when Night Tim comes to whisper in my ear about the crushing realities of adulthood. Oof. Night Tim is an asshole. Sign! Nothing in here, no siree. I guess we should keep looking then. You really are a Dooley's student. I bet that cave has spiders in it, and bat spiders. I want a pet bat spider. I may need you to keep the other 2 occupied while I investigate that cave. Perfect! That should give me all the time I need. For what? Spent nearly enough time waiting outside beside cave mouths to get my waiting around by a cave mouth badge. Why is that a thing? When will that come? When will that be useful? Well, we're waiting outside of a cave mouth right now, aren't we? See how good I am at it? That's because I've been working on getting the badge. Do cave mouths have cave teeth and cave tongues too? Actually, that's a very cute question. I like that one. Badly hidden cave entrance. Let's go. You guys stand guard out here. Okay, I'm gonna mess up anybody who comes near. Nigel, the monster. Which actually, I was looking online today. They actually did a plushie of this guy, which is funny. Is the narc still out there? He's getting so close. I'll have a look. Hey, detective. Dooley. What's going on here? Huh? Oh, this is Nigel. Hi. He's a fellow truthy. Invited me here to help with a problem. Right, are you done then? Can we go? No and no. I need Dooley's help. Deluminati.com and he are famous in truthy circles, you know. What's the problem? The government wants me because I'm a monster. A talking monster. Frankly, I'm surprised you haven't noticed. Anyway, I need protection. So you want a gun? Look at this guy. Let's solve everything by shooting at it. I don't even own a gun. Stop talking about guns. I'm sensitive about my lack of fingers. We need to chase off that narc outside. They're closing in on Nigel and fast. The narc? You mean the reporter? Clearly a government spy. No, we get rid of him. Once he's gone, what you need, Nigel, is a mind hat. That'll keep him off your trail. A mind hat? A protective layer of some kind. Maybe aluminum. You mean a tinfoil hat? That sounds perfect. That'll keep them from using your mind waves to locate you. Genius! I knew you'd be able to help. Toupee, do you like that? It's my human disguise. It's how I go into camp and convince Dooley to come with me. I was certain it was another blood alpha. Very believable. Someday I hope to work in a film makeup department. I think I have a knack for it. Arts and crafts. It's full of fake jamboree flyers in various stages of readiness. His lack of hands explains the childlike nature of the posters, but nothing explains how he got a crafts table and a computer in here. I got ink though, at least. Tape. Sticky tape, a staple in every adventurer's toolkit. It's open to the same forward page as Dooley's machine on, and the keys are damp. Very damp. Full of seafood takeaway wrappers. Don't judge me! Hi! So a monster, huh? Lucky monster. But I don't like to talk about it. We're all God's creatures, I guess. Is that right? We don't have very much religion stuff under the sea. I just happen to read the books I borrowed from the campsite. Not sure, but what are you doing in Twin Lakes? There's good dental plans. But you don't have teeth. But if I did, this would be the place to be. Kidnapping, eh? I think that's an unfair way to describe luring someone to a place under a false pretense, trapping them in a cavernous lair, and refusing to let them leave. So why do you think the government's after you? Hollywood! I'd be cheaper than CGI, and monster movies these days are all the rage. But I'm not interested in the life of fame. I prefer to work in makeup and help the real stars shine. Chat later. Are you okay, Dooley?
Oh yeah, it's quite nice in here. But since I can't leave, maybe you could help protect Nigel from the narc. Just get rid of the guy outside and then get the mine hat to keep them from finding him again.
Dooley, the guy outside is a journalist from TV.
Perfect cover. Oh boy, these government types are crafty. Best convince them that Nigel is hiding out somewhere else, then get them off his tail.
Okay, so ink to map. Well-placed swirls then, and fake sighting. So yeah. And fuck with the map, and that's fine. Okay, gang, good news! Dooley's inside and safe. The bad news is that he can't come out yet. Why not? Here, it's a blood alpha test. It's for your Don't Ask Questions badge. Yes! I've been waiting for that one for ages. Let's do this! Can I do a thing with this? No. Alright, Dick Brickman. Goodness me, oh my, breaking news. The monster's been sighted elsewhere. This is me, Dick Brickman, signing off so I can sign back on another day from another bay. And you left your camera, you fool. Alright, let's take this back over. We are almost done. We got rid of the guy, we just need to get a tinfoil hat. Can I have some of your tinfoil? No, but we need to protect our sandwiches for the wait. Because we're not going anywhere until we see some monster action. Anything to prove there's a monster here. Heck, even a photo would do. Okay, so I got a camera. Okay, kids. Utterly convincing. Say whatever Bigfoots say when they're having their pictures taken. Wait, should that be big feet? Big feet? Photographic evidence. I can't walk in this. Can we take it off? Sure. Actually, I have to see if Dad calls again. Yep. Hello? I just want to say, you will keep him from the dangerous beasts, won't you? He's our only child, and we're very fond of him. Are you on the phone again with that blasted camp? The woods are dangerous, Barbara, full of bears and snakes and crazy cannibals. The forest here has none of those things, Jack. You know the cursed lodge scares them all away. He was far safer in the library. No death to be found in libraries, that's what I always say. I had to, just in case there was that again. I mean, photographic evidence. So I found a photo you two might want. Proof! Finally! We knew it was real. Just wait until we show the gang. Left your cooler. Tinfoil. And sticky tape. Let's do this. And a puzzle. Nope, not that one. Yeah. Alright. So that's gotta go there and there. There, maybe? Alright. That should do it. I just need to tape this here, fold that there, and voila! A tinfoil hat. I'm gonna take this back to the cave and give it to Nigel. Let me stay and give Nigel the stupid hat. I missed a thing that I knew could happen here. Is the narc gone? Yeah, he's gone. Okay, give him the hat. Here you go. It's a thing of beauty. Now what? With the narc distracted and Nigel untraceable, it's time for him to find a new life, free from the watchful eye of the man. Can we stay in touch? Of course, just email me from hard-to-trace locations like phone booths, coffee shops, and the Mariana Trench. Okay then, thanks again, Dooley. Poor guy, I hope he shakes off those government narcs. Dooley, we're government narcs. I'm getting his voice wrong again.
Speak for yourself. I don't tell the man nothing.
It's good to have you back, Dooley. No fire juice in the car. Petrol.
Looks like you're staying here with us. S'mores all around. Who are the bloodiest wolves around? Who keep their sniffers to the ground?
We do! We do! Case closed. Achievement unlocked. Blood Wolf! Alright, so we're down to the last case here, and then the extra ones show up after this. But we are definitely done for the night. I can't believe we got through all of those that quickly, but again, I kind of knew the puzzles, so that's fine. This is going real fast, but all right. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you had fun with the Darkside Detective. We're gonna get back to this again on Wednesday of next week. There's gonna be the last of the cases that I know of, and then 3 brand new ones that I have not seen at all. Plus, after that, there is a DLC game that I bought recently as well, too, which we'll do after that. So, we got at least another 2 weeks of Darkside Detective. But I hope you're all having fun. Just a reminder, I am pushing for affiliate, so if you liked what you saw, please give me a follow. It helps out a lot. So, thank you again, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, day, evening, afternoon, wherever it is in your part of the world. Take care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.